Howdy everyone, I hope y'all are doing well. So for today's video, you may have noticed there is not a cinematic intro. There's no mission tied to any sort of concept that I'm trying to get across today. This video is what I guess I'm calling a test request from two particular comments that I had mentioned in my previous video, one from Z-Scorps and the other from Tiano, mentioning the turtle shell trinket and wanting to see how you could get that using the pronghorn glitch method that I've been showing quite a bit on the channel. It seems to be pretty popular, and I didn't realize, I guess, how often folks wanted to get into New Austin as Arthur. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get that done. We're going to have to go into Gaptooth Breach, fight the Del Lobo gang, and then, of course, physically pick up the trinket, which is a little difficult with this method, but it can be done. Then afterward, what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Tumbleweed, and we're going to test, because I don't know if this is going to work, we're going to test and see if we can use the catalog to buy some of the outfits in Tumbleweed. And I know that there are other methods to get the costumes from Tumbleweed and Armadillo, but this would be a really good discovery for myself personally, because I don't know everything about this game. I know a lot, but not everything. And so this video also is my chance to say thank you to everyone that's been watching the videos. I was in for kind of a shock earlier this week when I started getting a lot of comments, and I was like, oh, I'm glad folks are watching the video. And then all of a sudden, one of my videos had 5,000 views. And for me, some older guy who's, I've never really done YouTube before, and I was happy with 10 views. Having 5,000 is something I was not expecting. And I went from 13 subscribers 8 days ago. I've got 80 now. So 80 people felt that this channel was good enough to subscribe to. So thank you very much to everybody that, even if you watched a video of mine for 1 second, and even if you're like, nope, not for me, thank you for giving me your time. I greatly appreciate it. You did not have to do that. And it's nice to know that folks are enjoying, these videos. I know my content is not what is typical. Everything that I've watched and read online says that the way I do things is not the way it should be done. And I'm just going to stick with it. I'm not worried about, turning this into some sort of career, but I love this game. The community's a lot of fun, and I'm just trying to give something back here, I guess, for, to a community that has this really great game that's really enriched my life in a lot of really positive ways. So anyway, we are coming up on Gaptooth Breach here. We'll cut the sappiness out and let's get to business. So now that we're here at Gaptooth Breach, I've gotten off my horse and I am aiming as I am walking. You still have to worry about the sniper fire here. And there is this wagon right here. And I love doing that here. So that wagon right there, this whole area at Gaptooth Breach, you do come here in the first Red Dead. And I do like to blow that wagon up, not only because you can eliminate 2 of the, I think there's 30 Del Lobo in this area, maybe even more. And as soon as you shoot that, you're going to take out 2 of them, but you also get a place to take some cover because, remember, the sniper is shooting at us, and these Del Lobo guys, this is like a hornet's nest. These guys just start coming out of the woodwork. And we need to pick off quite a few of them. Well, there's a hat we can collect down there. Fortunately, we're not here for that. But, so for now, all we're trying to do is trying to eliminate as many of these guys as we can. I'm using Deadeye where I can because the aim gets a little crazy sometimes. And something that you can do, you gotta be careful. Okay, we're good. So you gotta be careful when you're using Deadeye here because sometimes the auto kill will switch camera angles on you, and sometimes it'll show Arthur's face, and then you can get shot by the sniper. So hold on, let me take this guy out. So something that I need to mention is during this time, you notice I am just tanking shots left and right. And while you are aiming with a gun, with a rifle specifically, or a two-handed weapon, you can go into your item menu and you can use any of your tonics. So if you're like, I need some B12, my health is getting low, you don't have to physically drink it. It'll just skip the animation entirely, and then you can top up your health as you go through here. So I think we killed a lot of them. I'm just looking around right now. Let's see. Sometimes there's guys up on that ledge. There are some folks in the cave. There are some guys up on that ledge. Oh, here's one. The guys up on the ledge sometimes do not come down, but you'll hear them. So I think there's a guy way down there. If they're too far away, I do like to tag them on Deadeye. Okay, I think I got him. Okay, so we now need to, let's see, is there anybody else? No, we're good. Okay, so the chest that we're looking for is actually right here. There's a staircase right over there. Underneath the staircase, there is a very small chest, and that has the turtle shell trinket in it. And that trinket actually helps to, I believe it helps regenerate your health meter by 10%. It's actually quite a good trinket. Unfortunately, it's reserved for John. And I don't know if y'all are like me. I'm guessing that, from all the folks that are saying, hey, show me how to do more of this stuff. Chest should be coming up right here. I'm really not happy that this is reserved for John. So yeah, you can go ahead and get this using Arthur. Now, one of the problems you're going to run into is right here. You'll notice that the prompt for the buck here that is attached to me, you see skin and pick up, but it's not allowing me to switch the prompt over to open up the chest here. So I'm just trying to maneuver around a little bit. And then you can aim, and then you can put your aim down. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Accidentally pushed R1. So you just approach it, and if you see like a flicker, if you see it just flickered right there at the bottom right. That means that you can get it to open. And I apologize for how long this is taking, but this is what you have to deal with. So the first challenge is going to be taking out the gang, and the second challenge is going to be opening up this chest here. And if you listen closely, in between me yapping, you can hear the bullets bouncing off of the building and off of me. So let's try again. There we go, loot. So there you go. So now we'll go ahead and open it up. You got to be careful still, because when Arthur bends over, ooh, did you see that bullet bounce off the gun there? So go ahead, we'll pick up the turtle shell trinket. Like always, I recommend you have 2 guns on the back. So I've got a shotgun always and a repeater. I did not show the setup before going into New Austin. I didn't show any of the picking up of the animal corpses, because I would just be repeating like 3 videos. Carry 2 weapons on you always, and your sidearm. Make sure you're always aiming. Try not to come out here at night. It took me that long to get this far out west, because Gaptooth Breach is pretty far west, almost as far west as you can go in the game. And here's my horse. So after you get the trinket, oh, we got some guys shooting at us. Over here, they're coming out of this this mining cave here, which is funny because inside that cave, if you can glitch your way past all the debris over there, there's actually Red Dead 1. Oh, she is really upset right now, probably from all the gunshots. Will it still let me get on her? All right, let's get out of here. If you go into that cave, there's actually some Red Dead 1 arts that's still in there. They basically built New Austin on top of the old Red Dead 1 assets. So there are a few places in the game where they did not swap those things out. So now we're going to head over very clumsily to Tumbleweed. And for the life of me, I don't remember the path. So I think I'm going to set a waypoint. I'm not quite sure if I remember where to go. But Tumbleweed is not very far from here. So let's just Gaptooth Breach right there. Tumbleweed's right over there. Just going to set a waypoint out this way. Just kind of out randomly, just so I know what direction to head into. And the thing that we're going to have to watch out for going into Tumbleweed is there are going to be lawmen standing around, and we have to make sure that we're not seen, or the Pinkertons will start spawning, and then it turns into a whole mess. So according to what Scorps had said, if we can open up the catalog, we should be invincible. So I am dying to see if that's true. I do believe that they said that's what happens. I do believe them. But I've never seen it, and I would like to see it for myself. Now, the reason that that's so important is because we have to think about the future. I am assuming that Rockstar is not going to update this game. I think one of the last few updates that I saw was back in like 2019, and that's when they added the turtle shell trinket. They added like 5 trinkets to the game during that time, and those are not in the guidebook. If you read the guidebook that's floating around online from back when this game was released, there's a lot of stuff missing from it, and the turtle shell trinket is not in there. So I really don't think that this game's going to be getting updated. If they do a remaster, maybe they'll fix some of the bugs and glitches. Maybe they'll patch this pronghorn glitch out. But what I'm really worried about is down the road, them taking down the website where you can buy these outfits. So there is a website, and I'll put it up on the screen here after I'm done recording and filming all this. You can go in and you can buy the outfits from Blackwater, from Tumbleweed, from Armadillo, using the cash that you get in game. And it's very useful. Some of the outfits, I forget which one, but one of them has the full black blue jeans. So you can't get those with Arthur normally. But if they decide to take that down, what are we supposed to do if we want to get those? You know, do you want to play as John for a couple of hours and then great, I've got access to 15 outfits that Arthur doesn't, you know, or we can do things like this. So that's, you know, necessity is the mother of invention, so they say. So you can see some lawmen on the compass down there at the bottom left. And I'm just going to walk my way in. I'm very unsure of where I'm going. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Tumbleweed's general store has a back door. So we don't need to walk in through the front. But don't quote me on that. That might be Armadillo. I'm not sure. I don't come to these areas with Arthur very often, but I swear, I don't remember, is Tumbleweed or is Armadillo the settlement in Red Dead 1 that's completely dilapidated? Like there's nothing left. Like I think it's like a gang hideout in that game. But maybe if you guys remember, just put it in the comments. So let's get on over here. Now remember, when you get off your horse, try to aim with your rifle because it decreases the chance that you'll get shot by the sniper. And then we're going to have to be careful going inside of a building because the camera will shift suddenly based on the objects that are around. So let's just get to our repeater. Okay, hop off. We're good. So I'm a little concerned here because, yeah, there's the back door. I'm concerned, though, because these 2 buildings, I'm worried about the camera hitting that building on the right. So let's see what happens. Oh, I just got to get in that door. Ooh. Okay. All right, we're in. We're so close. Please don't get shot. Please don't get shot. You can hear stuff getting shot off the shelves. All right, let's give it a go. We are not getting shot. Look at that. Holy crap. All right, let's go to clothing. Oh my gosh, this is working. You can buy these outfits. Now, here's my other concern. What happens when I open up these outfits? Well, that's interesting. Okay, so my QA brain is firing right now. This is interesting. So the Arthur that we're looking at does not have the pronghorn and the coyote stuck to him. But I can buy these. Look, this is crazy. I love it. But this is leading me to believe that because this character model right here does not have these animals attached to them, that this is not the playable Arthur that we run around with. This may be just a temporary one that's placed here so that we can put clothes on and off of him. And I'm willing to bet if I go back to the menu or the back to the catalog, yeah, see, I'm still standing there. So this character model is not moving, but this one here, yeah, look at that. Okay, so let's see what happens when I exit. Ooh, camera, behave. Yeah, look, we've got this outfit. That is confirmed. Okay, so that means if they take down that site and they don't patch this game, we can still get at least the outfits from Tumbleweed and Armadillo. Unfortunately, Blackwater still remains a bit of a mystery because I can get Arthur into Blackwater. It's not too difficult, and I will make a short video on how to do that. Thank you for posting those comments. This was a huge help. So again, thank you everybody for everything that you've been posting. Thank you for the feedback, positive or negative. So we can now get stuff from Tumbleweed and Armadillo, and we can get the Turtle Shell Trinket, but we already knew that. So anyway, take it easy.